Forecasting is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. We've got our original panel today. Alex Nafusi. Harry Glanz will be getting here in a little bit.
Hey, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning, you. And Nicole Moscow, our favorite new real estate agent over at RE/MAX in Milford, RE/MAX Classic. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
All right. Anyone
Are you
else?
less nervous this time?
A little.
All right, good.
Nah, she's fine. So if you've got questions about mortgages, real estate, or anything to do with any of those items, definitely give us a phone call here live in the studio till 10 o'clock, 248-539-9797. We always take your calls. Also, we're brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, and we're open all weekend long to get you that approval letter or discuss mortgages. There's a lot to know nowadays. 248-569-7283. Of course, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Make it a free call. You'll get some great information. Alex, rates continue to stay low. They are still at 40 or 50-year lows. It's almost
They got
like
killed on Friday. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm going to get to that. Almost like 10 straight days with no change. Until yesterday, there was definitely a little blurb on the radars. Look, I don't want to start giving bad news, so let's just say that things are fantastic still. Rates aren't really going to matter if you're out there trying to purchase a house. Again, most transactions take 30 days, and things are probably going to change.
The whole rate thing, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about it. I understand that people want the best rate, but with the whole Dodd-Frank Act and the CFPB, and there's so much oversight now, you're going to get the same rate within an eighth to a quarter, and the same cost within probably $250 to $500. No matter who you call.
No matter who you call.
You're picking someone you want to hang out with that you trust for 30 days. That's all it is.
Beware, this could be a rough winter. Again, they talk about nonstop conversation about 2015. We're going to see these mortgage rates maybe start climbing up. We talk about it all year long. Even if they climbed up 1 full percentage point, instead of them being 40 or 50-year lows, you're looking at 25 or 30-year lows. So even if things get a little sticky moving forward, as the government curbs their mortgage-backed securities buying, you never know what's going to happen. They are predicting now, guys, I'm starting to get scared about this, of course, with the weather trickling down. They're predicting a pretty rough winter around here. And we know things just artificially...
Weather-wise?
Weather-wise. And
I can't deal with this anymore.
I can't do it. Well, stay here in Michigan anyways. Keep it here, 248-539-9797. And, of course, Nicole, it's always great to talk purchases with you, and there's always so much going on. We've got some new action going on. There's been some new listings out there. We spoke about a lot of the new listings that are popping up. Seem like they're all on the main roads or corners. These are some gorgeous houses still. And, other than a little bit of, some issues, and, again, it might not work for everybody, there's still great, great houses out there.
Right. There's a lot of great houses out there right now. And I actually just listed one over in Commerce. And it is on a main road, but it is a beautiful house. So if anyone's looking for a ranch, that's 4-bedroom in Commerce, just give me a call or give Harvey a call. He has the details as well.
Yeah, we've got tons of great houses, and we see all the different listings out there. And again, there's a lot of reasons why somebody might be looking for a ranch. Again, a lot of our population, including myself, definitely growing a little bit older. Right. And people are getting away from the colonials. They don't necessarily want to go.
Ranches are very hot.
Ranches are hot.
And they're hard to find.
There are not a ton of them out there. And again,
not.
That particular house was really attractive because when I saw it, and I think for the price range, I think it was fantastic. So again, always call us if you want to know. There's a lot of pocket listings out there. Alex, you've got some insight.
The population's getting older? Is that what you said?
It is. It is.
You don't seem old. You don't act old at all.
I'm going to start acting really old. A lot of positive trends, though, we're seeing, including the sales of existing homes have been really good. There's been obviously a downward trend of foreclosures. More and more families have equity in their house. Alex, you've seen Berkeley come back tremendously. We've seen it out in Milford and all the areas that I do business in. Some slow down, but really, the equity's been pretty decent here over the last 12 months. But it's like the slowdown creeped in here just recently.
Well, I think the slowdown creeped in, and I was jumping in. If you want to say anything, is 248-539-9797. That you see a lot of people and Nicole, where they just, I think they're just listing their house just to
list it, just to see what they can do.
My neighbor said that they got $350. We should list ours for $350 too. So you're seeing the inventory really creep back up, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of great houses on the market. I've looked at a lot of houses, and I mean, obviously, you're not going to find the perfect house. You're going to sacrifice, a half bath for a really cool patio, or a finished basement for the extra bedroom. I mean, you're not going to find the perfect house, but I mean, they are out there, and there's an influx of inventory because you get people that are just throwing it out there to see. Well, we'll just list it for $400,000. If someone wants to pay us for it, they can.
You know, I like how you brought that up because
how'd I do? Was that like a good client?
No, it's
voice?
good. I was just thinking to myself, that, you know, Nicole, again, you'd have to make some trades. I mean, you probably have to write down 5 to 10 of your priorities, and then get a qualified real estate agent. Find out what's out there. Find out what you're willing to sacrifice. Again, like you said, Alex, maybe the house isn't so great, but the location's fantastic, and you can do some improvements to the property.
Right, I agree. I think as long as the floor plan is similar to what you're looking for, then you can sacrifice things like granite for a new roof or windows for, you know, I mean, you can give and take. So, but it's better to go in with something that, for me personally, that's clean and move-in ready and maybe doesn't have the granite, maybe doesn't have the hardwood floors, but has the upgrades such as new windows, roofs, siding.
Yeah, energy efficient stuff, sure.
Yes.
See, the issue was, and I blame, and now that, I've been doing this show for, I think, 12 years now, so now I'm older, but I was going to say that I blame the younger generation, my generation. People started treating homes like commodities and like stocks, where they were trying to buy a house and live there for 3 years. Dude, there were kids that were like 30 years old that living in their fourth house. I mean, you find a house, it's where you're going to stay, it's where you're going to raise your family. So, okay, so it has... What's the stuff that's not as cool as granite?
Formica?
Yes, it has Formica. Okay, so dude, so you put granite in next year.
Right.
I mean, you do stuff little by little, and you move into a home. You grow into a home. You grow a family in a home. It's not a stock. You're not trading. You know, you're not trading shares of Ford trying to make 10 or 15 grand. I mean, this is where you raise your family.
Nicole, sort of the process is you get out there. I think you really got to get families out there, or individuals, whoever's going to, whoever your buyers are. You get them in a car. You show them the listings. Maybe you're looking at 5 to 10 different homes in a day. We had some new buyers come your way recently. They're going to originally start off looking at some listings, finding out what they qualify for, making sure the dollars are all there. They're going to be able to obtain a mortgage, get that real mortgage commitment in hand. And then they go out there and they find it. And then they might change. All of a sudden, they don't need that. They need different things. Things start changing. Their budget may go up. Their budget may go down, depending on the city, the taxes. I mean, we just try to get the first day we go out, how we start is just looking at everything they want. Yeah, by the second day, we kind of narrow their search down to this is what you're going to get for this price. I mean, no one wants to drive around, thousands of miles with a $4, it's only $3.59 at the pump now. So you got to be organized. You got to have a game plan together. Yes. And you got to know when you make an offer, if the house doesn't appraise, what's the next game plan? Right. So there is a lot of moving pieces. We'll talk about some of the things that we've got going on without giving out names in particular homes. Just some of the purchase business that we've got going on, some different things. I've run into a pretty big appraisal issue recently. Haven't had appraisal issues all year, and something on a lake didn't appraise out. And then after I looked at the comps, and it's interesting out there. And Alex, as you know, there's so many different moving pieces in a mortgage. You just need really to sit down and figure it all out. See, from an economic standpoint, something is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So if I want to buy this pen for $10. I can buy this pen for $10. I better have $10 cash, though. It's the same thing with a house. Mm-hmm. If you find an awesome house in a great location and it's completely just decked out and you love it, and it's $500,000, but every house around there has sold for $400,000, I can't come up with $100,000 of adjustments because you have gold-plated toilet seats. I mean, it's not what someone's willing to pay for it. It's what I can prove the house is worth. Now, granted, you can buy the house for the $500,000, no problem. You got to make that difference up, though, between the appraised value and the purchase price. Of course, lenders, we loan money based on the appraised value, not on the purchase price, and that's really key to know. And you got to understand how much money you're working with. Again, get more professional people involved. That's easy for me to say. It's funny. It's amazing. I'm going to cut you off. I apologize, buddy, but it's amazing how many people come in full throttle like it's Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like I'm gonna get this house. I don't care. We're gonna do this. I'm like, dude, it's not gonna appraise out. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna have appraisal issues. And then when it comes in 50 grand light, all of a sudden it's not so big time anymore. All of a sudden they don't want to overpay. All of a sudden they don't want to overpay anymore. Now it's a renegotiation. 248-539-9797. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Here live in the studio till 10 o'clock. 248-539-9797. has now become like a great time to buy a house. Again, we had the people that had to get in because the kids had to get into the school district. Alex, now it seems like, and Nicole, it seems like now could be a fantastic time. Look, today's not a beautiful day. It'll shape up. Clouds will give way a little bit, 62 degrees a little bit later.
I'm so
hang
sick
in
of
there.
this weather.
It's going to get warmer. We're going to have a nice fall out there. I mean, this is an unbelievable place to live. And when we come back, we got some great ideas on how to buy a house the right way. 248-539-9797.
Looking for new carpet, hardwood, or tile for your home or business? Motor City Carpet and Flooring in Royal Oak and Warren has everything you need, from top brands and best pricing to their ultimate confidence guarantee. For free estimates, call 844-MCC-FLOOR. Motor City Carpet. Let us floor you.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
You've been hearing the ads, you've seen the billboards, and now is your time to hire the #1 real estate team in the state of Michigan. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. So far this year, we've sold more homes than any other agent. And what does hiring the #1 real estate team in the state mean for you? It means you'll get over 98% of your asking price and will get your home sold in an average of 23 days.
Hi, my name's Brian Berryman. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. Heard Jeff's ads on the radio. I was having a hard time selling my house in Royal Oak, so I gave him a call. He took a complicated process, made it extremely easy, paid attention to detail, said I'd have my house sold in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, house is sold. Working with Jeff has been a fantastic experience. I'd recommend working with him to anybody.
Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff Glover will get it sold. Call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
When it comes to tackling, the Detroit Lions defense takes their job very seriously. And when it comes to tackling cancer, well, the Josephine Ford Cancer Institute and the Detroit Lions take this mission very, very seriously. Like I said, the Josephine Ford Cancer Institute and your Detroit Lions take tackling cancer very, very seriously. And they need you to get in the game.
Phase 3 cancer, phase 4, best features in phase 8.
Go online now to GameOnCancer.com. 14,000 people are treated at Henry Ford each year. So hit cancer hard at GameOnCancer.com. The Josephine Ford Cancer Institute, the Detroit Lions, and you tackling cancer together.
As I drove across on the highway, my Jeep began to rock.
It's time to celebrate the most awarded SUV lineup ever at the Jeep Celebration event. It's time to up the ante and go all in a Jeep Cherokee, the one with up to 31 miles per gallon highway and a 9-speed automatic transmission. Celebrate doing things in a whole new way. Now at the Jeep Celebration event. Well-qualified employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Jeep Cherokee Latitude front-wheel drive for $267 a month for 39 months with $267 due at signing. Tax, title, and license extra. The Jeep brand SUV lineup has received more awards over its lifetime than any other competitive SUV lineup. EPA estimated front-wheel drive with 2.4-liter multi-year Tiger Shark engine. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for lease details. Requires dealer contribution and lease of Chrysler Capital. 25-cent charge for each mile over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9:30. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Group, LLC.
There's a fire you get in your belly when you're working on your car. Nothing kills that feeling like a dead battery. Either way, the job's got to get done. Buy any new battery online at advanceautoparts.com and pick it up in store in just 30 minutes. Like a long-lasting Autocraft Gold battery, engineered with power frame technology. Job's done, and you can tackle your next big project. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Visit AdvanceAutoParts.com now to learn more.
There are more than 143 million children who are orphaned each year. Their future can change with your help. Support SOS Children's Villages in their mission to provide loving homes for vulnerable children. Visit www.sosusa.org for more information.
Bears, 49ers. Sunday night football coverage begins at 7:30 on your home for the NFL on Westwood One. 97.1, The Ticket.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show. 9:15 out there. And don't worry, the clouds are going to give way to some sunshine. 62 degrees a little bit later. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. There's so much going on. Of course, our Detroit Tigers are in first place. So I know Pat Caputo's got a lot to say about that. And the Detroit Lions want to know with the game coming up tomorrow. So a lot of exciting stuff here in Southeast Michigan. We just sort of touched on a little bit. You know, has now become a great time to buy a house. We're going to get into that. We want to hear from you. 248-539.
Is there not a good time to buy a house besides the time that I bought mine?
Exactly. Only that month when you bought yours.
Not that month. That hour.
That
day.
Particular day, hour.
That hour to the second is when I signed docs on the absolute peak of the market.
You know, it's funny you say that. No regrets though, and I know you like living there.
I stuck through. It's like
grinded it out.
I stuck through it. I don't care. The equity's all back now. I mean, I'm not going to walk away. It's absurd.
Hey, William, you're calling in from Southfield. Good morning. You'll be our first caller this morning. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Listen, yes, thanks for taking my call. I have a brother that owned quite a few properties in Detroit at one time. He and his wife were in the plant, and they were smart. They bought real estate. However, in 2008, during the housing crunch, they lost a good number of them. There's one particular one. There's a duplex, very nice, in Detroit on the west side of town. It's reversed. The bank and my brother both lost interest in the home. Wayne County has it on their foreclosure roll, and they were on their auction site, and it's going for around $15,000. Zillow was appraising it at $65,000. Wanted to know if you guys might be interested in, work with me to get the money to bid on it for the like around $15 to see if I can get it. Do you do that?
I can't do a loan for $15,000. There's just no way.
I don't know if anyone does one, but you'll probably be able to get a home equity loan. Your credit's good, right, William?
So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have good credit to get a mortgage. Otherwise, you're looking at a personal line, and that's not going to be easy. Obviously, look, you can buy a house. You get some cash saved up. If that's what they'll let a house go for $15,000, that's worth $65,000. Yeah.
It's a duplex, actually, where, it's a one-level duplex. There's plumbing, roof, electrical, everything's up to code, good condition. So
it's an awesome opportunity. Why would your brother let it go away? You say you're smart early in the conversation. You bought all these properties, then you said he let a lot of properties go.
He and his wife just had a bunch of them. And I mean, they didn't lose their main home. They had accumulated up to about 50 properties, duplexes.
I think they should sell it to you.
Like an 8-unit apartment building and the like. So,
well, I wish. All right, here's the fact. They probably could have sold it to you before they went upside down on it and lost it in a foreclosure. They could have sold it to you. They could have given you a gift of equity. They could have orchestrated the transaction where you didn't necessarily have to come out of pocket for anything as long as you qualified for a mortgage. So, again, the key here, William, just like any listener, and it's a good call, you need to get an approval letter to find out what you can get approved for. Then you can go out and find out what's available. I don't know anyone offering, Alex, as you mentioned, I don't know anyone who's offering first lien mortgages for $15,000.
No, I don't.
That's not going to happen. But you might be able to get a home equity loan or some sort. But again, if your credit's not up to snuff, you got some work to do. That's the key. Get the approval letter first, William, and thank you for the call. We will take all your calls here this morning. 248-539-9797. Millions and millions of opportunities for who? Maybe you. Again, you don't know unless you check it out. And there's so many renters out there that are still going through the continuous renting, re-signing leases. Why not get a piece of the American dream? It builds strong communities. There's so many advantages. And I think the one advantage, it seems like most recently with younger buyers that have come to me or first-time homeowners, they don't even understand the tax ramifications involved. That you get some money back. You're writing off the interest. You're paying property taxes. There's opportunities for many families out there to really get ahead of the game. Homes give you an opportunity to gain some wealth. It's still one of the best ways to gain some wealth. More importantly, put a roof over your head. 248-539-9797. You guys want to jump in with me?
I think that, but just back to William's call, I think that, it's great you accumulate properties. But, I mean, like anything else, if you're going to run 50 rental properties, I mean, that's a full-time job. And, don't tell me how smart you are and then you lost properties, because that's not how a business is run. I mean, and if you make those mistakes, and I'm not piling on him by any means, But if you make those mistakes and you lose properties and they're managed improperly, you're going to have problems. I mean, it's like running any other business. I mean, you're a landlord, and quite frankly, being a landlord sucks because a lot of times your tenants think that they're staying at the Townsend, and you're not. It's not the Townsend. If a light bulb goes out, go to Rite Aid, buy a light bulb and fix it. Don't call the property manager and say the light bulb's out. Go fix it. It's like anything else. You're not staying at a hotel. This isn't the Ritz-Carlton. You're renting a house.
There's always stuff going on.
And there's a responsibility. There's not a butler down there for you.
248-539-9797. We'll move on to some calls here. We got Chris out in Farmington Hills. Chris, thanks for joining the show. Go ahead.
What's going on? Is this Alex?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
How you doing, man? I'm working with you right now on a mortgage out in Commerce Township.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Morning.
I had the housing inspection done yesterday. I'm waiting on that to come back on Tuesday, which I'll send over to you. But if the water test comes back all good, now the next step would be to get it appraised by you guys.
Right. So what'll happen?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what'll happen next is I'll write your file up. You'll get an email from one of my assistants. Everything's electronic. You click through it. Once you finish clicking through the email, the e-docs, as we call them, it triggers the appraisal order. The appraisal comes in. It'll go to underwriting. They'll ask for verification of employment, a pay stub, verify funds to close, and all that. And that's it. We're running like 3 weeks now, start to finish.
Chris, you're going to be a homeowner in 30 days. This is going to be your first time around?
We are so excited. We're making fun of it. We just came from the post office. We got to practice writing the street name.
Oh, cool, man. Nice, dude. I'm glad you're excited.
That's cool.
Yeah, what if one of our issues is what if the appraisal doesn't come back with the amount of that we offer?
Well, I mean, that could be an issue. I mean, generally speaking, you'll try to renegotiate. If I remember, are you going FHA or conventional?
Conventional.
So, I mean, if it comes in light, you'll have to make the difference up. More often than not, though, the seller's got to renegotiate, man. I mean, appraisers now, they're so well protected. You can't call them. Like, as a banker, I can't call and be like, hey, dude, this is my buddy Chris. I need an extra $5,000. Hook me up. So, I mean,
I hear you.
The value is the value. So the seller, if they've got a good realtor on their side, they're either going to do one of two things. They're going to say, okay, Chris, the house, it came in $5,000 light. We're going to come down to the appraised value. Or they're going to try to provide some additional comparable sales to prove that value. I wouldn't worry about that, dude. That's the least of my worries. Harvey State has had some issues. I haven't had an appraisal issue in a long time.
Awesome. That's what I want to hear.
Were they concerned about the value? You feel like you're overpaying for it?
No. Well, what kind of a red flag that got thrown up? The house was listed at $169. We offered $155, and they accepted. They didn't even count it.
That's not a red flag. That's a good thing.
That's okay.
I know, but it's almost like it was too easy.
Dude, that's the nicest thing a client can say, to be honest with you, man. I mean, trust me.
Hey, look, you had a strong approval letter. They don't want to mess around with some strangers or some BS out there. And in return, you had a nice approval letter. You came to them. You made a strong offer.
Chris, you got to remember, too, buddy, is that I gave you guys a mortgage commitment, which is not a pre-approval. It's a mortgage commitment, which means it's been, your loan's been underwritten. You're good to go. But it's as close to a cash buyer as you can be without having Tony Soprano there with a suitcase full of money. I mean,
right.
It's the strongest offer you can make. So, I mean, it probably helped that, you got your approval letter from a good firm. It's a mortgage commitment, and you're good to go.
Thanks for the call, Chris, and good luck. We'll keep
Monday,
on top of it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You got it. Thanks, Chris.
Right. Obviously, hey, look, there's a million steps to getting a mortgage still. Let's not make it like it's, you show up here one day. Yeah, he's got to go get homeowner's insurance. Sure, he's waiting for the appraisal to come back in. Title insurance will roll back in. Hopefully there's no crazy liens on the property or it's held in some trust and we can't find out who died 20 years ago. Look, there are some moving parts here, but generally speaking, most transactions from start to finish can close in 30 days. And Alex, you did a great job. Well, he's approved ahead of time.
He's a good guy. And listen, guys, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of stuff you need now, man. Mortgage lending in 2014 is different than it was in 2005 or in 6. I mean, listen, and I'm telling you, it sucks. I hate asking for 1,000 things. Trust me. I mean, I want deals like Chris's, where it's like, hey, dude, I'm good to go. We need the appraisal. Let's get this done. Okay, right. Let's close. I don't like asking for this and this and this.
Nobody does.
And these are not capital mortgage funding conditions that I'm asking you for. These are loans that are backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and people get together. People, in Washington, D.C., they get together and they sit down and they say, how are we going to prevent another housing crash?
Exactly.
And trust me, dude, we sat here in 2008, and it was gloomy. It
was scary. Your neighbors were walking away. Your value was tanking.
It sucked, man. That was not. 2008, 2009. Those were tough years. Listen, man. So if you need an extra pay stub or an extra bank statement now in 2014, and everyone's happy, and the jobs are back, and the values are back, and the stock market's near all-time highs, dude, just give me the pay stub.
All right, we're taking all your calls. 248-539-9797. Here's a good one. Ken out there in Grosse Pointe. Good morning, Ken. You're live on the ticket. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, two other questions for you. I'm 65. I'm about 3 years away from paying off my house in Harper Woods, and I'm retired with the City of Detroit Police. I collect a pension from them. I collect another pension from a hospital I worked at, and of course I'm on Social Security, and so is my wife. And how hard is it going to be to get a mortgage when we want to move in the next couple of years?
Not at all. Absolutely not.
Because someone told me, yeah, I talked to somebody at a bank, says, oh, they're going to really look hard at your City of Detroit pension and stuff like that. So, I was just curious.
What you're referring to, with the bankruptcy and everything, like you're going to lose the pension?
I'm not going to lose no pension.
Yeah, no,
you're
dude,
fine.
You're fine. There's nothing. You can't deny a loan based on something you think
speculation.
You can't speculate that someone may lose a pension and deny a loan. That's a regular old deal. Well,
okay,
do you guys want to? The house is almost paid off. Why do you guys want to move and take another mortgage out?
Well, the area.
Okay.
I just want to. Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking as a finance guy. You did everything right. You're almost done, man.
I know.
Just play golf and hang out and buy a boat.
That sounds fun.
Get a condo.
Yeah. I hate to see us, start over again. Unless you're going to move, obviously out of state.
Well, here's the thing. We still have a little one at home. Fortunately, at my age, I have an 8-year-old.
Got it. Hey, Ken, I got to run to a break. I'm going to put you on hold. Hang on 1 second, okay, buddy? I'll come back to your call.
All right, great stuff there. Keep it here at 97.1. We're going to come back with all your calls.
97.1 The Ticket.
Today we're here with Dwight from DTE Energy. Thanks for being here, Dwight.
I'm happy to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about gas safety?
I would love to. Safety is important to us here at DTE Energy. We're constantly working to improve infrastructure so we can enjoy the safe, warm, reliable advantages of natural gas.
So what's DTE doing specifically?
DTE spent $75 million this year alone to improve safety and reliability.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what's with that rotten egg smell?
That's what we add to natural gas to make it easier to recognize. If you do suspect a gas leak, first, leave the area at once. Second, go to a location where you no longer smell gas outside the house or building. Lastly, call 1-800-947-5000 immediately to report the situation.
Sounds like DTE is doing a really good job.
Yes, DTE is recognized as a nationwide industry leader by the American Gas Association for our quick response to reported gas leaks.
Thanks so much for all the info, Dwight. Really appreciate it. For more information, go to DTEenergy.com/gas safety. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Hey, baseball fans, Mike Valena here. If you have tickets to an upcoming Tigers game, stop by Gate A and show your D Las Vegas players card to the 97.1 The Ticket Chicks, and we'll give you a limited edition T-shirt. If you don't have a D Las Vegas players card, then you have another reason to stop by the D the next time you're in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket is proud to welcome Capital Mortgage Funding as partner in the Student Heart Check program. They'll donate a portion of every mortgage closed to the Student Heart Check program. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender.
For all you Michigan Lottery Club Keno players, these are exciting days because they're doubler days. And to explain what doubler days is all about, we're talking to
Dr. Irving Corey. I'm a professor of advanced dual linguistics.
In other words, you're an expert in double talk?
Well, you won't catch me saying that's not untrue, although I think I just did, or at least I soon will, if you know what I mean.
Actually, I don't. But let's move on. Professor, what exactly is doubler days?
It's a way for Club Keno players to multiply by a factor of 2, or double, if you will, their fun and excitement. Or fun-citement, if I may, and I think I just did.
Actually, Professor, Professor, Doctor. Club Keno Doubler Days is almost as simple as you are.
Oh, thank you.
You see, random Club Keno tickets are printed with a doubler message. Now, if your ticket has the message and you win, you'll double your prize money, up to $4 million.
I couldn't have said it better myself, which I am to the best of my knowledge.
Well, there you have it. All this month, winning is twice as nice.
And twice is nice.
Thanks to Club Keno Doubler Days.
Doubler Days.
Yeah.
So to speak, if I may. And I should, so I will.
Only from the Michigan Lottery.
Get to your favorite hangout and get in on Club Keno Doubler Days, only through the end of September.
Do you want to watch football on a Monday night with the #1 draft pick who's currently on your team? Now's your chance. Or come test your putting skills and you could win a trip to Pinehurst, North Carolina. It's not a fantasy. You can choose from any of these blind date experiences. And all you have to do is test drive the Chrysler 200. Come to Monroe Chrysler on Monroe Street today between noon and 2. Or go to cbsdetroit.com/blind date to find the next Chrysler 200 blind date test drive experience. Experience the 2015 Chrysler 200, redesigned from the factory floor up with best-in-class available 295 horsepower, standard 9-speed transmission, available 8.4-inch touchscreen, and up to 32 miles per gallon highway. It's the American sedan people didn't think was possible. The 2015 Chrysler 200 is America's import. Now during the Chrysler Great American Drive event, employees can lease the 2015 Chrysler 200 limited sedan for only $237 a month for 39 months with $237 due at signing. Blind date experience program runs through September 30th, 2014 or while supplies last. For terms and eligibility, visit cbsdetroit.com/blind date.
Monday, TV's wildest game show.
This damn night won't come on.
Features some homegrown entertainment.
We're back. It's the Folks Family.
From Metro Detroit on Family Feud. Monday starting at 7 on CBS 62.
How many of the 10 commandments have you broken this month? 7 out of 10. In a month. What 3 didn't she do?
All new Family Feud. Weeknight starting at 7 on CBS 62.
Listen to The Ticket for free on Android smartphones from Sprint. The Next Radio app allows you to listen and interact with FM radio and provides helpful information during times of emergency. Visit nextradioapp.com to learn more.
There are big dreams.
Mine is to buy a boat.
Then there's Powerball.
To get me to my yacht.
Dream even bigger.
Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $149 million. Get your ticket today.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by 24 Seconds Bar and Grill. Michigan taking on Miami, Ohio at the Big House this afternoon, 3:30 here at an AM 950 WWJ. Michigan State is idle. Lions in Carolina tomorrow. Right here at 97.1 The Ticket. That kickoff at 1 p.m. Both teams 1-0. Tigers 7-2 over the Indians. They are now in first place by a half game over the Kansas City Royals. It was the pitching of David Price, 1 run over 8 innings. J.D. Martinez driving in 4 runs, a 2-run homer, and a 2-run triple. Tigers and Indians tonight from Comerica Park. Kyle Loptine against Danny Salazar, 7:08 right here on The Ticket. From the 1-800 Call Sam Studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
The football team that Detroiters love most. The Detroit Lions live here.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Hey,
we are
Ken.
broadcasting
Thanks,
all the way. There's
Thanks.
Ken. We got him on the line. You guys have listened to the
All right,
hardcore.
so-
Hey,
go
Kenny,
ahead.
let me just give
Go.
the introduction here. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, and we had some open lines here, 248-539-9797. Of course, we're brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE. And, Kenny, you definitely can get a mortgage.
Okay, that's all I want to know. And the values in Harper Woods, are the values going up everywhere a little bit, or?
It's going to depend. We would basically have to get your address and run comps on it and see what the value is. Because I don't want to tell you, yes, they went up or no, they haven't until I actually look at the area and get the information.
Okay, what number can I call you guys?
We will follow up with you right after the show, Kenny. We'll get you hooked up with some great people here, okay?
Okay, good.
Thank you very much. Again, there's no cost to do that, too. We see that so often that families just really want to know, what would my house sell for in today's marketplace?
Right.
Market analysis, I know you'll do them. They don't take all that much time. Is it 5 or 10 minutes in front of the computer? I mean, it's not.
About 10 minutes.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people are afraid to reach out to a realtor and ask for one because then they feel like they may just pursue them and nonstop try to get them to list their house.
Right.
So I mean, I pretty much will give you the numbers and back off. If you want to use me, great. If you want to wait a couple of years, that's fine too.
I've always told people when they call real estate agents, like their opportunity, one day the real estate agents that are in your community want to list your house. So one day, yes, you're going to have to hire one of these people. This is the opportunity for the real estate agent to earn that business ahead of time.
Right.
And it takes you, 5 or 10 minutes. In return, if they ever know someone who needs a house or a listing or whatever it might be, they're going to call you. So it's a great opportunity to meet people out there. Again, most real estate agents in the Tri-County or really across the state will go ahead and perform these market analyses for you. Hey, why not find out what's going on in your neighborhood? 248-539-9797. I'm going to go off to, who are you thinking, Alex? How about Bruce out there in Fenton? Good morning, Bruce. You're live on the ticket.
I went to Rob.
I got Rob.
Sorry.
I got Rob first. Hey, Rob, you're up first. Go ahead, Rob.
Rob, what's up? You're on the air.
I am looking at a HARP loan, but I'm not sure what a HARP loan does or, other than that. I mean, I understand it's to get you out of underwater, get you in a lower interest rate and stuff, but I'm just curious on what it does and how I get into one.
It's actually a pretty easy deal. Is your loan backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a regular old deal. Generally speaking, there's no appraisal required. I mean, if you're underwater, you can refinance. What rate are you paying right now? What interest rate are you paying?
6%.
Yeah, dude, there's definitely some savings there. What's the balance on the mortgage?
I believe it's $69,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at around $100 in savings a month.
Right.
I mean, I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, certainly without an appraisal, I mean, the cost will be very minimal. I mean, it's a regular old deal, man.
Rob, most of the time we'll take a guy like you at $69,000. If you could afford maybe the same payment you're making now, maybe drop 10 years off that mortgage. How many years do you have left on it now?
We have 20 years left on it.
Okay, yeah, you might want to consider getting down to a 15 or even a 10-year mortgage because the rate will be so much lower. It keeps your payment the same. And if you could knock off 5 or 10 years off your payment, the savings will be dramatic.
Right, and keep the same payment, right?
Exactly. Probably a real simple loan for you. So we're definitely going to be following up with you after the show, and thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
There are some families out there, they said there's maybe 1 million of you out there that are qualified for the HARP loan. It's the Housing Affordable Refinance Program. It allows you to refinance your loan, drop down to a 15-year, whatever term you want, and save a lot of money. Again, and the catch is that your house is underwater or there's a combination of your first and your second mortgage that make you underwater. And you're sitting yourself, you're dead in the water. Years ago, you couldn't touch the loan. Now with the HARP program, it's going to expire in 2015. You've got that opportunity to refinance and switch the term or change it back even to a 30-year if you had a 15-year. Whatever you can do to save money, that's the key. All right, let's move on here. We got Bruce out there. And Bruce, your question out in Fenton about adding 2 mortgages together. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I've been trying for 6 or 7 years to put my first mortgage and second mortgage together. And finally, I've had these pre-approvals sent to my house and numerous times, and I finally told them just stop sending them if they're not going to come through with it, And so I finally this year, my mortgage company finally did refinance my first mortgage, which is only $70,000. Okay. And my equity loan is $200,000. I wanted to put them both together because I received a letter this year saying that next April my equity loan comes
due. It's a
I have to start paying it back.
Right. That's how loans work.
Right. Well, I've been paying it. Believe me, I pay them about $500 a month on the equity.
Is it a balloon? I'm so it comes due next year. Or it's a balloon. It's all due, right?
Well, they say I have 5 years to pay it back.
Got it. Okay.
Well,
that's why I wanted to combine them.
Yeah, well, what's the house going to be appraised for in today's market? What would it be worth?
That's the problem. I'm probably upside down, but when I did take the equity loan, I do have an appraisal at home for $399.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know. I know it doesn't matter now.
What's a house worth in today's market? When I call up or my appraiser and he comes to your house, what's he going to come back with? I mean, have you checked it out? What's it going to appraise for?
I would say in today's market, possibly $250.
Yes, I mean you're underwater by $20,000. You can't wrap them together. You just got to pay on the loan.
Yeah, you're in Fenton, right?
Well, I thought that's exactly what you said a HARP loan's for, is people that are underwater.
Right, but
was
that's
your
where
exact word.
yeah, but you're looking to cash. No, easy, bro. Yeah, that's you're talking a cash out refinance.
Yeah, they don't allow you to. The HARP loan doesn't allow you to add two loans together. It only allows you to refinance your first mortgage. How did you get boggled up with a $200,000? I mean, you did something wrong when you obtained this $200,000 home equity loan. Just so you know, most people have a first mortgage that's a $200,000 and maybe a second lien for $70,000. They did home improvements, and then they're able to refinance that larger loan, that $200,000. You're the opposite. How did you get to the point where you grabbed a $200,000 home equity loan when what you should have done was just refinance the first mortgage and did a cash out refinance? How did you get that? How did you get this far down on the second?
Well, I have 5 children, and I started with a $25,000 equity loan. Then it went up to a $50,000.
The open check. You got yourself jammed up because someone said to you, "Hey, your house is worth X." You got it appraised probably in 2005 or 6, right? When values were at all-time highs, they gave you an open checkbook. You used it all, and now you're upside down on that second mortgage. I mean, it's a pretty difficult situation.
I always told myself I would never go over 75% of the home's value of what I owed, so I had, 25% to lean back on. But then the housing market took a dive.
Right. I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. You can you can try to do a note modification on that second for the $200,000. What rate is that at?
Oh, the $200,000 is at 2.24.
You're at 2.24% of $200,000. I mean, there's nothing I can do for you. What do you want?
Pay it down.
I can't do anything.
Get it paid down so you can add those two.
I'm worried about next April. I want to do something. I've been trying for 5 or 6 years to put them together because I know eventually it's going to be due.
They're never
and when it's due, I can't afford a $5,000 a month payment.
They're never going to call that note due. It's in second lien position. You'd have to foreclose on your first mortgage before they could get a dime.
Yeah,
they're going to renegotiate that for you.
They'll renegotiate and make those terms.
Oh, they will?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, don't take that as gospel. I'm not speaking for the bank, but I mean, they can't foreclose your house. They're in second lien position.
Yeah, they wouldn't get anything.
They wouldn't get anything. You'd have to foreclose on the $70,000 first before they get a dime.
Believe me, my bankruptcy friend attorneys that are listening are saying, send them to me, Harvey, send them to me, because you're upside down in the second. You could probably renegotiate those terms on a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. We're going to follow up with you, Bruce, and get you more professional people.
Thanks, Bruce.
You've got some decisions to make. And again, it happens to a lot of families. They took out all this money back when times were great. Things got a lot out of hand now. Values are coming back, but not that fast, not those big numbers. Be careful with your mortgage. Again, if you're signing your name, you're a little unsure, get some more professional people involved and get the right answer. All right, we got some open lines, 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Jeff Moore here for Ashley's. September is here, and that means football. What better way to enjoy a game than outside in the beautiful beer garden at Ashley's in Westland? We've got tailgate games, fire pits, tons of seating, and outdoor TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. With dozens of taps and the best breweries in the state and around the world, Ashley's Westland and Ann Arbor locations are the place to be. Each Ashley's location serves up about 1,000 different beers each year. Like Ashley's Ann Arbor and Ashley's Westland on Facebook to keep up with all the events. Or go to ashleys.com.
Football starts here.
And he's intercepted.
Thursday Night Football on CBS 62 and the NFL Network kicks off next Thursday. When the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Atlanta Falcons. Big-time matchups in prime time.
Wide open, touchdown.
Get ready for Thursday nights on CBS 62.
Touchdown.
Coverage starts at 7:30.
If I could redo any room, it would be the master bathroom.
Oh, outdoor kitchen, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to walk in and feel like I'm in a spa.
Like I'm at a beach party.
Heated floor tiles, a gentle rain shower heads.
Loud sound system around the pool.
If you can imagine it, now's the time to create it.
It would be my retreat.
My retreat.
For a limited time, you can take advantage of a Comerica Bank Home Equity Flex Line with an introductory rate of just 2.99% APR for the first 9 months. A later variable rate is effective after the introductory time period. With rates this low, there's never been a better time to reimagine your home. To learn more about credit costs and terms, call Comerica Bank at 800-535-2760. Introductory APR of 2.99% is for home equity line of credit accounts only and applies to balances for the first 9 monthly statement cycles after the account open date. Variable rate in effect after the introductory time period. Loans are subject to credit approval. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender, equal housing lender.
Hey, fantasy football fans, football season is heating up. And who doesn't love the excitement of picking your team? It's probably the best part of the season. Well, get this. You can do that any week when you play in 1-week fantasy football leagues at FanDuel.com. This is next level fantasy football. Every week is a whole season at FanDuel. You play for real money, and winners get immediate cash payouts. There's no season-long commitment, so you only play when you want. Plus, you can play in fantasy football leagues for as little as $1. Nothing beats the excitement of living out a whole season of fantasy football in just 1 week. Every week is a chance to win big at FanDuel. And right now, FanDuel is giving you up to $200 free. For every dollar you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200. But hurry, offer ends this Friday. The only way to get up to $200 free is to go to FanDuel.com, click the microphone in the upper right corner, and enter the promo code 6161. That's FanDuel.com, promo code 6161.
Piston fan, the 2014-15 NBA season is right around the corner. New head coach Stan Van Gundy brings a commitment and a proven NBA track record to the Motor City.
My goal for Pistons fans is that 29 other NBA coaches are complaining about Pistons fans.
Many plans are on sale now. Don't miss any of the NBA action with marquee matchup with the Cavs, Lakers, Heat, Bulls, and more. For tickets, visit Pistons.com or call 248-377-0100.
Geico RV presents Reflections from the Road.
After a few hours riding in my RV, I get in the zone. It's just me, the road, and the savings I get with Geico RV insurance. There's no more worries, no more 9-to-5 hustle. It's like I'm a caged animal set free. What's that? Is it a grizzly bear? No, it's just me switching to Geico RV insurance. Saving money, wild and free.
Geico, for your RV, trailer, or camper. See how much you could save.
Today, put on your maize and blue and party with the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team and the Ticket Chicks at Ann Arbor's Pioneer Park from noon till game time. It's the best Michigan tailgate in A squared. Find out more at 971theticket.com. 97.1 The Ticket is proud to welcome Capital Mortgage Funding as partner in the Student Heart Check Program. They'll donate a portion of every mortgage closed to the Student Heart Check Program. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender.
Lions, Panthers. Kickoff is tomorrow at 1 on Lions Radio.
97.1 The Ticket.
Tons of stuff to go over here. I don't know if we have enough time. This is the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding.
I would love to do a show we can the break conversation can be on the air.
Oh, no, we cannot go with that. We are back. Yeah, the microphones are on over there. Anyways, thanks to all the listeners that are listening and the callers for calling in. Again, we have open lines, 248-539-9797. I'm Harvey Friedel, Nafusi with Capital Mortgage. Nikki, better known as Nicole Moscow from Remax Classic out in Milford. Always great to have a real estate agent in the studio here to give us some great information. Of course, we're doing some business together now, Nicole.
Right.
We're not doing every loan together and purchase together, but we're doing business together, and it's fun. I love the energy. And again, it's so great to have professional real estate agents around. I'm getting calls from you at 8 in the morning, at 8 at night. You're involved. You're passionate about your job. And it's fun to see. It really is. After, I don't know, I think I'm in my 24th year of doing this, and I still have fun with it. And again, things do change, and you got to get more and more professional people involved. So that's what we're here for, to help you out. All right, we've got some calls to get to. Let's try. Boy, we got so many of them. Let's go to Alex. Help me out here. Trying to get out. Wait.
Let's just go to Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
What's
good
up?
morning.
You're live on the air.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thank you.
What's up?
I have a couple questions. I own 2 homes. One I use as a rental. We bought it as a foreclosure a few years ago, and we paid cash for it, so there was no mortgage on that. I owe about 2 more years left on my home that I'm living in now, but I'd like to sell and move. My question is, how do you go? Would it be feasible to just sell as is, because I need a whole new garage floor? That'd be about $7,000 to put in. The sidewalk needs to be replaced. It's not that they're cracked, but the tree has brought it up so high.
Right.
And I'm not sure. We paid $42,000 for the house 20 years ago. At one time, it was worth $129,000. Now it's back down. So I don't know. Is this something I should put the money into and see if I can?
You can definitely sell it as is. Of course, you're going to have to disclose that to the potential buyer. They're going to be able to see it, the sidewalk and the garage.
Right.
But I don't know if that would be anything that would be worth dumping the money into to get it out of the value when you sell it. So, I mean, basically we'd have to look at the house and make a determination, okay, would this bring up the value or would it not? So, I mean, just from listening to it, it would probably be better just to sell as is.
Just price it properly.
Right.
Have you had some agents come out there? Have you gotten that professional real estate agent to come out there, review it, give you some information about it?
Not yet. My husband and I just started throwing the idea around moving, actually, just a couple months ago. Then we just started getting a little bit more serious about it. My son told me about your program, so I called in. I just a little nervous about an as is. I would like to, we only owe $20,000 on the house. We would have been paid off already, but we refinanced a couple of times. So if I could just get what I paid for originally, I'd be happy to walk away like that. I'm not looking to make $100,000 or anything.
We'll have Nicole call you after the show, and she can try to help you out with that and get that price to quarterly and get that house on the market for you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Cool. Thanks for listening, Cindy. Take care.
All right.
There are a lot of families, it really is. It's what happened this year. A lot of families started, wait a minute, the values were coming back. It was March, it was April, once we got out of that horrible winter. And then they sort of hemmed and hawed and did some home improvements in May and June. And now the markets are, the market's there and they want to put their house up. But some of the buyers disappeared on us. There's no doubt that there's a lack of buyers. So when you had that call earlier today where the guy said, hey, he made a great offer, a fair offer, and they took it, he was shocked. But it happens nowadays because, hey, there's not a million.
The buyers seem like they're coming in waves.
Okay.
Like they're just... Right in August, they slowed down. Then after school started, they started picking up again, and now it's starting to slow down a little again. So it's like going in just like weekly waves.
Yeah, I mean, things change all the time. There's a lot of calls up here, Alex, about HARP loans. So we're just going to take some HARP loans. Again, HARP loans, Home Affordable Refinance Program. You must qualify for this program. Let's find out if any of our callers here.
Sam.
Hey, Sam. Sam, there you are. Hey, Sam in St. Clair Shores. What's going on?
Hey there. I've got a duplex. I live in one side. I rent out the other side. And I tried to refinance about a year ago. And the problem is there's not much in the way of comparables around. The only thing they could find was a foreclosure, pretty close. And then they had to go all the way down to 8 Mile. And anyway, they basically appraised it at $95. I owe $120 on the mortgage. I'm wondering if the HARP mortgage program covers duplexes.
Well, yeah, absolutely it does. It's backed by Fannie Mae, the loan?
Okay.
That's a question to you, Sam.
No, it's not.
It's not backed. It's backed by Freddie Mac.
You know what? I'd have to double check it. It's through Countrywide Mortgage. I'm not sure.
It might be.
It should be backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac if it's through Countrywide. Yeah, the HARP loans do cover duplexes and investment properties. It's a great way to go. I mean, there are some adjustments. Actually, yours is you live in one half, so it's actually a primary property. It's not an investment property. I think there's a small adjustment for it being a multifamily. But that's a pretty straightforward deal. If that's backed by Fannie Mae, that's a pretty straightforward vanilla loan, man.
Sam, after the show, I'll give you a buzz. We can go online together and just punch in a little information and find out if it is a Fannie Mae or HARP eligible loan or Freddie Mac loan. And again, if it is, you can get this done. So it sounds like we could definitely help you. What's your current rate, Sam? Just curious.
5.5.
Okay, well, you can save a little bit of money. And again, more importantly, maybe we want to drop some years off that mortgage. So we're going to probably try to...
I'd like to get down to 15 if I could.
Yeah. Let me call after the show, and I'll take care of it for you.
All right, thank you.
Cool, thanks for the call. And again, Sam just said that, hey, I'd like to get down to a 15. He's underwater in the house now. He drops that loan to a 15-year, Alex. All of a sudden, in 5 years, he's on top of the world because home values trickle up. His balance is going down. Of course, a 15-year loan has much more, many more dollars coming off for principal.
He's in good shape. He's basically living for free because I'm guessing the renter he has on the other side is paying the mortgage payment, which is perfect.
Right. Let's go to another call here. And if we don't get to any of your calls, we will follow up right after the show, and we appreciate them.
Or you can always email us at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com.
How about Bob out there in Brownstown? Hey, Bob, you've got a question about putting your house on the market. Go ahead, sir.
No, I just recently sold the house, but my question is, my concern is how much it costs to sell it through a real estate. It was a $245,000 house, and the real estate office charged $15,000
Well, they charged a percentage.
6%, correct?
Yeah, and it came to $15,000, and I thought, and it sold in 4 days, and I just thought it was an awful lot. When I would have preferred to sell it on my own.
Why didn't you?
And it's so hard. I've tried before.
There you go.
That's why they made their commission.
That's why they make that much money.
Well, if I could have listed it on the MLS, I think that would help a lot.
You have to be an agent to put it on the MLS.
Is there a way of getting it done?
There's not.
Cheaply?
There's not a way to put it on the MLS without being an agent.
Or no?
You have to be a part of a board to be able to have access to the MLS. And as agents, we pay a lot of fees to be a part of the board and to use the MLS. And I mean, so all those fees that your percentage that you're paying in commission really isn't just for the job we're doing. It's also for all these fees that we pay to be able to list your house, advertise it, market it. So
I mean, Bob, here's the thing. I mean, you could have done a for sale by owner, put a sign in the ground, and put an ad on Craigslist or Zillow or something. But I mean, here's the risk you take then, though. How do you know it's not some sketchball that's just looking wants to rob you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, $15,000 is a lot of money. I'm with you, dude. I'm on the same page. But I mean, realtors do protect you. And if you have a good one and it's sold in 4 days, it's probably worth it.
Good for you. Hey, Bob, thanks for the call. And, again, it's the end of our show, and we've got so much more to cover. So we'll be back next Saturday with all of your calls. Definitely a little heads up out there. There's some crazies out there. Alex, you just mentioned it again. Don't let strangers in your house right now. There's been a little alert going on to all the real estate agents know. Be careful at your open houses. Again, there's some bad dudes out there. Just be careful. Hire professional people and do things the right way. And remember to call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That does it for the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We got Pat Caputo coming up next. For Alex Nafusi, I got Nicole Moscow from RE/MAX out in Milford. I'm Harvey Free. We'll see you next Saturday.
Proceeding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038 Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
What makes a good thing even better? How about having twice as much of it? For a limited time, Boost Mobile is offering you double the data while dropping the price. Yes, double the data while dropping the price. Let that sink in for a second. Okay, just to make sure you heard me right. Boost Mobile is offering double the data while dropping the price. I'm not kidding. These new plans now start at only $35 a month. That's a lot of freaking data for not a lot of dough. Listen, you've got to get in on this double dose of data. Seriously, why pay more?